Hi, this is Karl from Nile, and you're listening to Collision on Voice FM.
I do want to talk about the new album, What Should Not Be Unearthed. Now, you are a band that is based around like the ancient artifacts and that, and the first single, Call to Destruction, you're actually calling for the pyramids and sphinxes and that to be destroyed. Can I ask why?
Well, the song is written using direct quotes from radical Islamic clerics who were actually calling for the destruction of the pyramids. Now, obviously, if we're a band called Nile, and we love the pyramids and, anything to do with ancient Egypt history, we don't believe the pyramids should be torn down. In fact, we think that's a pretty insane idea. It's absolutely ridiculous to tear down the pyramids in the name of Islam. So, it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing.
All right.
Of course, we don't want to tear down the pyramids, but it does make a fun metal song.
Yeah, and it is a cool song. But actually, even funnier than that, What Should Not Be Unearthed is the name of the album, and you're touring with Unearth.
Isn't that wonderful? I think that's so cool. We should take them on tour everywhere.
Yeah. Actually, I would like to thank you because this album is coming out on August the 28th, and you are touring Europe, but then you are coming to Australia in November.
That's correct.
I mean, usually we're at the end of the album cycle, but you guys have actually put us up near the start. That is really cool. Thank you.
Well, we really appreciate our Australian bands, and we wanted to do something to show it. So straight away, we're coming to Australia. Fuck yes.
Can I ask what you do when you're not actually touring with Nile or recording?
Well, I'm either practicing guitar or doing martial arts, one or the other. That's what I do in my spare time.
All right.
I really like having, an outlet to get mean and brutal and physical and work out all my angst. It makes me a happier person.
Cool. Well, you have been, I guess, doing heavy metal music your entire adult life. Can I ask, like, when you were growing up, when you started, getting into music, is it something that came from your family or something you picked up at school, or?
I started playing guitar when I was 9. My dad was a trumpet player, but he, decided not to make a career out of that. He decided, he wanted to raise a family and have a normal job. But me, it's something I always wanted to do was play guitar. I think, even being a young teenager, going to like concerts like Black Sabbath or Blue Oyster Cult or whatever, thinking to myself, this is what the fuck I want to do with my life. And I bet I got what it takes to do it too.
Well, that's really cool. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of it is just believing in yourself and just throwing yourself into it, isn't it?
I believe so. I think, if you really want to do something bad enough, then you'll stick with it and persevere until you do succeed at, whatever path that you choose.
Yeah. And well, you have just released the single Call to Destruction. Is that for people who haven't heard the rest of the album and that yet? Is that an indication of like what the album's going to be like?
It's always tough when you're trying to figure out which song to put out there first, because everyone is going to immediately assume that the entire record, must therefore be like that one song.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's crazy, but that's how people think. This album is, while all those songs are very heavily, very memorable, very catchy, they're very unique songs in that there's no two songs that sound alike on this record. But I would say that Call to Destruction is a very good indicator of just how heavy the rest of the record is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I got the album just before my show on Friday and I chose Age of Famine to play. And
oh, I love you. That's one of my favorite tracks.
Well, I was talking to the publicist and I mentioned that and he said, no, they're releasing a single. Let me find out what it is. But no, Age of Famine was the one I actually picked out just on a first, quick listen through as my favorite.
Well, I think that song deserves, some airtime too. I really like that one. I think there's an element of it that can appeal to a wide range of listeners.
Yeah, I will still play. How's that? I'll play it this week coming up.
Excellent, Kat.
Awesome.
Very good.
And I guess you've got your European tour planned and then you will be in Australia in November. I guess you're going home to tour the US then.
Yeah, when we finish the European tour with Suffocation, we'll get a few weeks off at home. Probably time to put our lives back in order for a couple of days and then, head back out again.
Because you don't get a day off in Australia at all, during the show. So what about before or after? You getting a couple of days here or not? It's just quick in and out.
No, because when we leave Australia, I think we're going to China and Thailand, Hong Kong, Shanghai, so no days off.
No.
Usually a day off for us means some kind of travel day.
I guess doing the martial arts helps keep you fit. It must be pretty heavy going, just night after night, getting up there and just giving your all on stage and then having to travel in between that as well.
It can really wear your health down. I mean, no matter how good a shape you're in, because of the sleep deprivation. It's very hard, with all the traveling, to sleep on the tour bus or to sleep in a different hotel room every night. Your quality of sleep really declines. And over a period of a 5 or 6 week tour, the cumulative damage that your health takes, it can make you really sick. A lot of guys get what they call touring sickness, where it's this mysterious thing that goes around the bus. As soon as one person gets it, everyone gets it because your resistance is so diminished and depreciated from the touring.
Yeah. Well, with all the years, because like Nile themselves have been going since, what was it, 93? Is there something that you haven't done in the music industry that is still a goal or, a new goal that you've developed?
Well, there's plenty of places yet to go on planet Earth that, as a band, we haven't been to yet. So there's that. But, I don't think Nile has reached its peak or necessarily done the best things we could do yet. There's a whole lot of striving to push forward with this band to, learn new things, to try new things, within the parameters of what we do. Yeah.
What would be awesome would be Nile doing a concert at the Pyramids.
I totally agree. But that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
We've been trying for a couple of years to set that up, and so far it hasn't worked out.
Well, maybe one day. We'll all sort of put our thoughts towards that happening one day because that would be massive.
Yeah, and if we play at the Pyramids, then we have to play the song about tearing down the pyramids.
Yeah.
It just has to happen.
Can I ask, then, is there something that you want to tell your fans about the new album, about the tour coming up in Australia?
Well, we're really happy to bring the songs from the new record to our audiences, and we're particularly happy to be coming to Australia again. But Australian metal fans have been very good to us, and we want to give back to them every bit of that metal spirit.
Yeah, when was the last time you were actually in Australia?
2 years ago.
Right. Yeah, definitely time for people to catch up with you again.
I believe enough time has sufficiently passed to make this a joyous reunion.
I'm actually really impressed, like a lot of the bands like yourself. You've been around in the industry for like over 20 years and, heavy metal, it's not exactly the same as it was. It has changed a bit, but you bands are sort of standing up and saying to the younger ones, like, we know what we're doing and we're going to show you, and you're putting out the best albums of your lives.
Well, there you go. Hopefully you don't just get older, you get better.
Well, that's exactly what you guys seem to be doing at the moment, and I'm sure that is going to be in your stage shows as well, because you must know what you're doing together so well by now.
Well, I hope so. I mean, after 20 years of doing something, I should hope that we've learned a few things. If not, then, what were we doing that whole time?
Well, you are coming to Australia in November, and you're bringing Unearthed with you. And you have, from Australia, Feed Her to the Sharks and Autopsy touring with you as well. And you kick off on the 19th of November in Brisbane, then the 20th you're in Sydney, the 21st you're at the Corner Hotel in Melbourne, and then the 22nd you're going across to Perth.
Yes.
I will tell people you are Nile-Catacombs.net or
I am.
Nile Catacombs on Facebook, and it's an absolutely great website. I love playing with it, actually.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
People should go and check it out. It's pretty awesome. And that is Nile-Catacombs.net.
Maybe I should go pay the web bill so it stays up.
Oh, I think you should definitely do that. Thank you very much. It really has been great talking to you, and maybe I'll be here for the next album cycle.
Well, I hope so, Kat, because it's been a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking with you too. And I hope to catch you at the Corner Hotel in Melbourne in November on the 21st, that was.
I'll be looking forward to it, Kat.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.